G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. You know, other than redstone and maybe llamas, I think the Elytra is the best addition to Minecraft. But it has ruined something that I used to really love. So we're bringing it back. But where on earth are we going? So that's what I really miss doing, doggy. I really miss making minecart tracks all over the place, all over my world, so I can get to places nice and quick. There's just no need for it now with the Elytra. But yeah, why am I doing... And by the way, we are not on my single player world at the moment. We are on a saved world. This is a server I used to play on, and this is a skeleton grinder that I built. And you'll notice it is not working. We've got our doggies right there, and they are not attacking the skeletons. You see, there was a change in recent Minecraft versions. I can't remember which one. Maybe 1.15 it was, maybe 14, I don't know. But now for the wolves to attack our skeletons so we can get all the lovely XP, they have to have eye contact with them. So this old setup does not work anymore. But the thing is, if I break the block above his head so they've got eye contact, as soon as the doggy attacks him, he's going to shoot the doggy with his bow. So the doggies will only survive 2 or 3 skeletons before they are killed. So that's a problem. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos to see if I could find the solution, and I think Ilmango was the only one who'd really come up with anything. And he just stacked a bunch of minecarts above the doggy's head, so if the skeleton tried to shoot the doggy, he'd shoot the minecart instead, and it would go into a hopper and a dispenser, and then just get stacked back up above the dog. But I didn't want to go that complicated, so I came into the testing world, and actually found this that worked with a bunch of snow layers there, just getting it at the right height, so we could drop our skelly bobs in, and the doggies would attack, and they were unable to shoot. The problem was that I find so often when I'm experimenting with things, it works perfectly here in this creative world, but the second I built it in survival, it didn't work anymore. My doggies got killed. So this is what I came up with, and if you look in the video description, guys, this world will be available for download if anyone wants to copy it. Let's just get this spawner up and running, turn the last of the lights off, and we'll get our skeletons come in. So what I've done here is I've got 3 doggies around the skeletons, and I've just got some trapdoors there blocking the view. So the skeletons won't attack the doggies until the doggies attack the skeletons. So what I'm doing is, I'll just switch that on. I've got a little hopper clock here. So what happens is every now and then, oh, that guy got attacked. He must have got a bit close to the doggy. Every now and then, these trapdoors will quickly flip up, and that gives the doggies enough time to get one attack in, and then they will stay closed until the dogs have had enough time to kill the skeleton. And this way, the skeletons never get a shot in, because they're dead by the time that the trapdoors flip up again. So I think that is a pretty cool design. So yep, it is in the video description, guys, if you want to grab that and just copy my redstone, or you could just pause the video around here and you should be able to copy it from that. I've got how many items in here? Well, it's moving. I can't really tell. Let's stop it and I'll tell you. 25 items in the hopper clock. And that is enough. Even if they've got armor on, that seems to be enough for the doggies to kill the skeletons. And that is exactly the setup that I've built here in my world. It's over in that direction. I don't know how many chunks away, maybe about 8 chunks, but I tested it and it's just in range of my storage system. You see, this storage system's pretty big, and when I put items in, it takes forever for them to filter through into their chests. So previously, I've just been standing here waiting for everything to happen, but now I can jump in a minecart and go off to my little dog skelly farm. If I've got any tools that I need repaired, they'll get repaired there, and I can just sit there and wait for this thing to run through and get some bones while I'm at it. And I've set it up kind of like you know, in in movies where you've got a spaceship and it's getting destroyed and everyone jumps into their little escape pods. I've set it up like that. So over here, hidden in the corner, I've got a little minecart so I can just click my way into that. And there's no button to push. I've just got to push forward to get me started. And I can actually walk away from the computer right now because from here on in, everything is automated. And I've got it running past these 3 spider spawners there because I thought it was something cool to look at on the way down. Although I don't think I'll use them. I don't really need any more string. But here we go. We're over here and that starts up automatically because this minecart is on a detector rail. And then behind that wall I've got my hopper clock. So we just wait for our skellies to come down and the doggies will attack. And I'll just put my tool in my hand. And we're all good. And I've been getting lots of bones coming in. So I absolutely love this thing now. I've got something to do while waiting for the item sorter to filter everything through. And I can get some repairs done while I'm here. And my doggies all seem pretty happy. And then on the way back, the minecart will just stop here. And when I get out, it flicks me up back into my storage area. So that was a brilliant addition to the base. I've been wanting to do that for months. But, you know, I keep getting so engrossed in all my big builds because I want a nice thumbnail for my video. But you know what? I had so much fun doing that. I am going to do... there's a famous Australian song by Paul Kelly called All the Dumb Things. I think that's what we're going to do this episode. I mean, I've got a build planned, but we're not going to do it. We are going to do all the things that I've been putting off. And they have to be all the dumb things. So over here I have my very, very first villager trading hall. You can tell by all the cobblestone. I didn't have silk touch when I built a lot of this. But I had this stacked up with villagers that I don't need anymore. So I went around with the lava bucket and encouraged them all to leave. I'm leaving a few guys here just in case I ever want to breed some villagers for one purpose or another. I've got a little breeder in there, but this place has been decommissioned. And then not far away from there is my oil rig starter base, which is the other place that I had a ton of villagers. So this was my very first iron farm in here. So that was stacked up with villagers, and you can see I've been breaking fences. Once again, came through with the lava bucket and dispatched of those guys, but it was still spawning golems. And while I was over here dispatching of those guys, it made me think of my other iron farm, my big... There's my mushroom! I've been looking for you. I had 2 of these guys in the nether hub and one went missing. Found you. Anyway, so my massive iron farm has been broken for a little while. Something in the update to 1.16 broke it, so we had to do a couple of changes. So I'd AFK'd here the other day for a few hours just to get myself some bone blocks from my spawners down below, and I noticed when I went through the storage I had 0 iron, so all 5 of my little iron farms here, none of them were working. So this is what we've done, and you might recognise the design. It's one of the early ones that DocM showcased. This is what I had to do to change it up. So if you know the design I'm talking about and yours is broken as well, I didn't have to move the villages or the water or anything that they're standing on. But what I had to do is just put trapdoors all the way around above the beds and put buttons on them so we're not going to get any golems spawning around here. And then otherwise everything was pretty much the same. We didn't need our workstations. Have I got Optifine on? Yes, I do. So that is what I've done, just in case you need to fix yours, but now this thing is working great. There's nothing happening right now because I just came through the portal, and as soon as these guys have 1 night's rest, then the golems will start spawning, but they haven't been in their beds yet. So this thing is working great again. So just in the time it took for me to run around up there changing all that, I had that much iron spawn in. So I'm very, very happy. Yeah, so that was a job that needed to get done, but it's sort of off the theme of what I wanted to do for the episode. I wanted to do all of the dumb things, so I thought, yes, we will get back on track and just do something pointless that I have been wanting to do for so long, and that is taking the weapons off a pillager so I can populate my castle with guards, pillager guards. And I waited around forever and I couldn't get any pillagers to spawn in, so I decided to come over to here where we've got that little tower. So I've got these guys on tap, and let's not get too close. Yep, he wants to shoot at me. Yep, he's nasty. I shouldn't have picked a guy with an enchanted crossbow. I've already been whacking at him for a while. Well, not whacking at him, letting him whack at me for a while. And it has been taking forever. It's probably got unbreaking on it. But yeah, the strategy I'm using, like originally I thought I would just get it's about to be night time, so get the bed ready. I thought we'd just get him to shoot at a villager, maybe have his arrows go into water so it wouldn't kill the guy. But that's a lot of setup, so all I'm doing is I'm just standing in front of him with lots of shields and yeah, taking all the arrows myself. So Let's let the night go by and we'll go down there. So this isn't the first guy that I've been doing this with, but yeah, the very first guy freaked me out. I couldn't block any of his arrows, and it turned out he had a piercing enchantment on his crossbow. But anyway, I've already spent probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes on this guy, so hopefully it won't take too much longer for that thing to break, unless of course he's got like Unbreaking 3 on it. But yeah, let's speed this up and get his weapon broken. Oh, finally. Now, children, if you're going to try this at home, don't do what creepy Uncle Cortez did and pick the guy with Unbreaking 7 on his crossbow. And definitely don't forget to pop a name tag on him, otherwise all your hard work will go to waste when he despawns. So you can tell your friends we have unequivocal proof that Unbreaking 7 does exist. I've got it on camera, I found it, and then I destroyed it. So let's get this guy to where we're going. We're taking him to the castle, and I've got a very easy way of getting him there. So my castle is built on the shores of a little river, and it flows all the way to the ocean. There are a few bits like right here that I had to dig out because it didn't flow properly all the way, but we can make it. It's a nice little highway to have. And there's the secret entrance into the base. And here we are at the mountain village. So this is not the first guy that I've brought through. I think he's probably number 4. I was going to go for 5 guys, but after that experience, I don't think I want to do that again for a while. So this guy will do us. And because he's not the first one I brought in, I'm already set up to go right here. So first of all, we need to get this dude out of the boat and try not to kill him while I'm at it. Beautiful. Now, let's grab the boat back, put him in again, get in. No, come back. He is being difficult. Don't run off too far. There we go. And we will just steer him over to my little minecart track. And no need to get him out of the boat. We can do it like this and let's go. And we are emerging right inside the castle. Gee, he wandered off then, didn't he? He's all the way over there. So there we go. We got 4 guys in here. I think I will just plug up this gap in the ground. Now, I don't know a whole lot about pillagers. I don't know if they can open doors or break them down. But I figured this part of the castle is the best place to put them because the only way they can get out of here is to open doors and eventually find their way out. But hopefully, if they can't open doors, they will be trapped in here forever and they can actually wander inside the castle. So that would be pretty cool. So trying not to kill them, let's let them all free. There we go. So the reason I'm using these guys to populate my castle and not villagers is because I get a lot of pillager patrols around my base area here, and the last thing I want to do is have a villager nearby, so if I kill the guy with the banner, I trigger a raid. A raid is the last thing I want to happen during a time lapse or something like that, so these guys will do. So I hope they don't just wander around the courtyard. I hope they go around and do stuff. I think this will be more interesting to pop back in later in the episode and see where they've wandered off to. Why don't you come in here, guys? Come on! Oh, you're so boring. Now for dumb project number 2. Is it number 2? How many dumb projects have we done this episode? Not that many. But the next thing I want to do is we have a new record in the game. And it's actually a really, really cool song. It makes me want to use the jukebox. But I don't have this record in my possession, so I want to get it. And I don't know if you can only find it inside... what am I looking for? Is it... Oh, I think I've hidden it. There we go. There's the fishies. I don't want to go looking for dungeons and stuff. That'll take me forever to find it. So I'm hoping we can make a record farm by getting skeletons to shoot creepers, and hopefully I can get the new record that way. So... why don't you two make me a little kitty? You're going off in different directions. Come on, dude. Where you going? Don't go down there. I'll never get you back. Come on, make a kitten for my creeper farm. And he took off in my minecart. Lovely. You two are the naughtiest little kitties. Come on. Oh, hello, princess. Okay, while we wait for this beautiful little thing to grow up, let's get to work on... well, first of all, I have to watch that video and figure out how to make these farms, but we are going to do it all the way down in the bowels of the base, right here in the mining area. The important thing is I'm okay, but we did have a little bit of a blowout here. So I put that skeleton a little bit too close to the creepers, so when he shot them, they blew up. So I just checked it in creative. I'm going to move this guy back about 2 blocks, and then he should be able to shoot the creepers without them detonating themselves. And you're probably thinking, Cortez, why don't you raise them up and drop them from a height so they're a one-hit kill? Well, that's because I'm building my base above here and I don't want to run into that water stream later on. So I want to keep everything nice and low. And yeah, but otherwise this is working great. The guy shoots at the golem. I got 5 bits of water there so his arrows won't make it all the way over. So I'm going to fix all of this up and we will try this again. And on this note, actually, you're probably thinking with the skeleton wolf farm, why didn't I drop the skeletons from a height so the wolves could one-hit kill them? Well, that's just because eventually you're going to get one with feather falling on his boots and he's not going to be a one-hit kill and he's going to attack our wolves. Anyway, let me get this fixed. So this thing is working great now. And none of our creepers are blowing up, although that guy seems to have got himself stuck for a second. There they go. And you can see the creepers are taking a little bit of damage. That's because I've got them standing on magma blocks just to help out the skeleton. And you'll notice he stopped shooting. That's because I've rigged up a little thing just because I didn't want the lag of him constantly shooting at the golem. I've got some pressure plates just there. So when a creeper lands on the magma blocks like this, the trapdoor flicks down and allows the skeleton to shoot away at him. God, we're getting lots of them now. Here they come. It's only a very small farm that I built too, but we seem to be getting okay rates out of it. And inside the magma blocks I've just put some hopper minecarts, so they are collecting everything nice and easy. And all the goodies come up into here, so now the base has a nice little gunpowder farm, and we're getting lots of records. But I just went on Google and the record that I'm after, called Pig Step, is the only one that you cannot get from a creeper. You have to get it in the nether, and you find it in a bastion. So that kind of sucks, but at least I've got a gunpowder farm and a record farm. And just in case you're interested, guys, in the world download that has that little skeleton setup, I've also put my creeper farm set up, and this is something I just threw together, not trying to make the most efficient, but just something easy to build. So the floor of the creeper farm fits nicely into a chunk, so when you're digging out a space underground to put it in, it's very easy to see where the walls go. And we've just got all this carpet laid out in a nice little pattern like that to stop the spiders from spawning. And we've got some kitties in minecarts. And the way to get them into the minecarts is pretty simple. So we've got our half slab down there. We put one block on top, one to the side, and one up this end. And then we just push our kitty who's sitting down onto the rail. Put your minecart on, and if you give it a push, it'll collect him. And then you can just knock out that block, and the kitty goes in there nice and easy. And then wherever we throw a creeper, he will eventually just run off the edge. It sometimes takes him a little while, but he always gets there in the end. And you're being super obnoxious. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to put the trapdoors in. So there we go. He thinks it's a full block and he drops down. So, and of course, when you build this to stop other mobs from spawning, you also need a line of trapdoors at that height over the entire thing, just to stop any other nasties falling in. So yeah, don't forget these trapdoors, but it'll be in the world download if you want it. And the last thing we have to do before the end of the episode is to find out what these guys have been up to. That's not promising. Nah, they are all just still hanging out here in the courtyard. Oh well, we will come back next episode and see if they're doing anything a bit more interesting. Here we go. Here we've found the one religious guy in the group. He's come into the church. Good on you, mate. Alright, guys, that will do us for the episode. It's a little bit different than usual. We didn't get any pretty buildings done. But you know, sometimes you just need to run around your Minecraft world and just have a little bit of fun. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino. Maybe next time we'll have something pretty to look at. See you next time.